Welcome again to Prince William Public Libraries, where we will be going over English Writing SOL 9.6, Point B, and Point C, and Point F. If any of that excited you, you are only an English teacher. But what we will be talking about in your 9th grade introductory course on this SOL are some English tips, a don't and a do. I would also like to take a moment to greet you to 9th grade. I remember 9th grade very distinctly. I just completed and succeeded at middle school, only to be knocked way back and start over again. This is what it felt like. But luckily you're not alone. We're here to help. Don't. A popular format in 9th grade and beyond will be the 5-paragraph persuasive essay. Now, when you are doing something like this, you will be given a simple, easy topic, and then you are going to have to say why that topic is good or bad, or why a certain course of action should be taken on that topic. This is going to be a skill that will carry you through your whole life. So, you have to ask yourself, why are you doing it wrong?
But I'm not doing it wrong. I'm great at persuading. I get everything I want.
No. We're not talking about a juice box and some carrots for snack. You're not begging for an extended phone plan from your parents. This is going to be you debating, persuading people who don't like you, people who don't know you, people who have no investment. So when you bring your emotion into making a persuasive argument in an essay, when you bring in that rationale, you are going to be undermining what you're doing. You need a very strict structure and a distanced voice, so that way you yourself are not pleading or begging for someone to give you what you want whenever you make a persuasive argument. Additionally, forceful language or repetition are not viable tactics in writing a persuasive essay or argument either. Luckily, there's a very easy trick that I'm going to teach you in your structure of your essay that will send it home. So here's what we're going to do instead. Instead of using impassioned language and pleading to emotions to make your case, you're going to structure it with 3 supporting arguments. Let's take an example. Let's say that you want to argue the lunch period for high school should be an hour long. Over the past years, we have watched lunch get whittled down from 45 minutes to 25 minutes. It's at its very, very minimal legal limit. But you see this as unhealthy. You see this as not a good thing for students to decompress midday and recharge themselves. So, your argument is going to be lunch should be its own block. It should be at least 50 minutes long. 5-0. So, you are going to build your argument on 3 pillars that will hold it up. You're going to look at your 3 pillars. You can use a graphic organizer. You can use any tool you wish, but once you narrow down your 3 best reasons why a longer lunch will suit school, that is when you start to build the framework for your essay. Of course, we know a 5-paragraph essay has an introduction paragraph, and then at the end, it has a conclusion. So there's your first and last paragraph pretty much already written out for you. Just introduce the topic and then close out. The 3 middle paragraphs are where the majority of your work will be done. Save your strongest and best argument, the one you understand the best, the one that is cleanest, for the last of those 3 arguments. You want that to be your knockout punch. You're going to start off with your weakest of those 3 arguments, following your intro, move on to a stronger one, and then you're going to finish it off with your strongest before your conclusion. You will build up. So, let's look again at longer cafeteria time. You can immediately make your first argument being that students require more time to get their food because the lunch line is long, especially now that for some schools, and definitely this school year, lunch is provided by the school district, so more children are taking advantage of that. Longer lunch lines, longer load on the cafeteria, which means you need more time. Oh, that's good. Your next paragraph could be, a lot of studying and a lot of work is done during lunch. I know this might be different in middle school, but in high school, most of us spent our times with noses in books. We didn't get a chance to play Pokemon cards a whole lot. We were sitting there grinding away, trying to catch up on work that we know is due at the end of lunch. So that could be your middle paragraph. It is academic time for the student to utilize as they wish. And your last most important paragraph would be mental health. Students suffer immense burnout, especially starting in high school. Ninth grade is overwhelming. It is rough, but that's also including 10th, 11th, and 12th. A lot of students are preparing for college. A lot of students are coping with all kinds of difficulties with growing up, let alone education. So, that extra 50 minutes midday is a vital break. And to prove your point, you can also say, how long is lunch in a healthy work environment? In a healthy work environment, you will have an entire hour to spend decompressing, checking your messages, calling your kid to make sure they had a nice day, eating food, chatting with fellow compatriots. So that would be your knockout punch. And then you just do your conclusion. And if you're worried about what your intro and conclusion look like in a persuasive essay, they're just inversions of each other. You just walk in to a door, and then for your conclusion, you'll walk back out. Those are the simplest paragraphs, the first and the last. The meat is all in the middle. So, remember, 5-paragraph essay, pick your 3 strongest, dispassionate supports for your stance, and then build them up as a 1, 2, 3 knockout punch. That is your best chance for not only getting an A on a paper, but yielding victory in the future and in your daily life when your argument really matters.